season. Oh, Awurade mmerɛ mu ne wiase yɛ ya. Na adeɛ no san ba bie mu a, wobɛte motherfucker. Ghanafoɔ bɛte motherfucker. Ghanafoɔ bɛte Awurade Nyankopɔn ma mpanin na wɔka motherfucker. Ɛna wate sɛ Bawumia waka motherfucker da. Oh, Awurade. Mesrɛ mo yɛnto chacha. Na minimum sɛ obehu yɛ mmɔbɔ. Obebie bi.
Baako kura omudi be mu ne sɛ common fund sika no. Me na na main release ene ma ye lose elections. Mesrɛ mo a me party headed by President any Dr. Bawumia ena na release sika no emma me. Sika bi ani wa eba me nkyɛn a eye approved by Parliament. Me man fanko. Yen say we have the men. We are more knowledgeable. Yeni madia sing NDC. Ene NDC etimi aba. Womu di sika kesia ma MMDCs. Afri mwenia brain hato shiso. Adenti ena Dr. Bawumia. Na ono economic management team. Womu chere mi formula no. Zedi aminchoro no. Aden ena Dr. Bawumia no chair EMT. Aden one famba say yenye 80%. Aden no bi owo MPP mu anfamba. Formula na metro no. Answer na metro formula no. Mini deans of MMDC Beshia. Mini regional ministers Beshia. Mini party for Beshia. Mini local government for Beshia. Mini members of parliament Beshia. Mini chief of staff Beshia. We are mini economic management team for Beshia. And Tinyana to Shinkwa and a Tnas in Waya formula. No. In fact, the last group are Mushia economic management team. Woman a tre for 5% to her, for 10 to her, for way to her. Dear woman back and no and a medical parliament. Na makwako movie. As a parliament G2 na afimiti ho train scam. Sikane ba na media ma MMDCs. As a party, MPP, we did not take the decentralization policy serious at all. There were several times President Kraba Parliament said Obabe read the state of the nation, and now said Finance Minister Abba Parliament, Parliament Antanasi, because Common Fund had not been released. All of this is in the media, and everybody knows about it. Why is Natoshi being blamed for it? Say they are praising NDC, but they are not praising the administrator. They are praising Atu Forsen, because Atu Forsen is the finance minister. It was the duty of the two finance ministers, Ken Ofori-Atta and Amin Anta, to release monies statutorily. It was compulsory to Common Fund, but we had problems. And if there should be a blame game, that blame game should be situated in the office of the two finance ministers and not the administrator. If the MMDCs want to blame anybody, they should blame their representatives, the members of parliament, who passed whatever formula we brought in there. How come nobody thought about 80%? We said we have the men and we are more knowledgeable than the NDC. Today they beat us to it, didn't they? That's not the only thing they did. They have been able to keep the dollar at 12. Why is anybody not blaming the governor, the finance minister, and the vice president who chaired the economic management team? Is it because I'm a female? I'm a woman. So in this country, where we have too many male chauvinists, it's easy to put your hand in a woman's eye and blame her for something. No. The dollar has been kept. Whether they are putting money in, whatever it is they are doing, President Akufo-Addo made it clear that he only brought Dr. Bawumia to come and help him to fix the economy. He said, if I say it in Twi, yesikana ye jata, enunti na makofa Dr. Bawumia se ombe yesikane mayen unuanum. If after 8 years, yentimi anye sikana, Where are the men who are blaming me? Where are those who are pointing fingers? Say mina mima yelusui. What about the fact say 17 to the dollar?
This judge who knows that when matters close and he's fixed a date for judgment, no matter what, he's supposed to deliver a judgment, decided to stay away from determining the matter because a party has decided belatedly to file a notice of withdrawal of the case. Yet, in a development that defies ordinary legal reasoning, the High Court issued an order directing a full rerun of the entire Kwandai parliamentary election, covering all 152 polling stations, to be completed within 30 days. As if this judge is not aware of the Supreme Court decision in the Akufo-Addo and others versus John Dramani Mahama and others in the 2012 presidential petition. The sad part of it is that the NDC candidates and his supporters were aware of the judgment before the day, to the extent that on the day of the said judgment, the regional minister led a team of NDC party faithfuls into the courtroom, anticipating the expected results. The result that they were going to have judgment in their favor. The judge, who spent minutes, walked out of the courtroom claiming that his judgment will be ready on Friday. Meanwhile, in less than 24 hours, a court order was being served on Parliament and Honorable Nyindam. What kind of kangaroo judicial system we having now in Ghana? The judiciary must know that their actions and inactions to serve the interests of whoever their paymaster is has the tendency of destroying our peaceful republic. We will not mince words. They can conspire to call us one by one for a so-called contempt of courts. We are criticizing their shameful conduct. We are not afraid. We are ready to be in Nsawam for their so-called contempt. The world will see their disgraceful conduct. We will not sit aloof and allow them to undermine the very rule of law that they are supposed to protect. How can a judge who calls himself a judge sit in court and misconduct himself in such a manner and expect the country to be quiet?
If you say, any public to me come home, say, Omudi, Omunwe. But it drew yesterday, any dear, Papa. Eba young quache, see, answer Sanya Green. Not the Biayanim Papa Mua, Eba young quache. Yes, young Kambum, a Kambum, a dog, such a woman. She, Namina Moka. I mean, it's wrong, yeah. Come where actual. So, who drew baby? Obi to me, culture will say, me and come support. Remember me, Manima, ever castle a betray in India. Now, dear, a Buakwani, dear, betray Umia. A Buakwani, oh dear, betray Umia. Near dear Quakuya and your denno, and find your question. I said, "You probably do on Momo. Yet now, my Ketuanum are discriminating against us. Wake up! You have to wake up and defend one Casa or two for one kind or some more son to some anyhow. Why? You go to the north and all MPs gang up. Who bill and also support one candidate attacks on you. Lord, forgive them. For they don't know. what they are doing. Yensro biao. Eya Korea and ye pet. But won't you go chrome and go bot tribal? Oba hadia nyina yenyepo. Tribal politics are possible. Mohoya mwawa. Asa mo de mu huni. Mo de mu huni. This year bedanko. Say suba we yansesa. This year obedanko. Me na me ka kire mo ne. Mizro. Ya ye din no. Ya mo visa Canada Japan ni memma sem ne ko engo e. So boy. Eya Korea nti and I'm my SSL, a moon, and I'm a demanding effort. But baby, I'll see a camera corrector of 1 year. What do we call a big room for your campaign? If you are not a him for a fresh, so what do you mean you are way on bar? A great, you bet you perfect. Masasi, you bet you have Monquana, what the Masasi check. And then the Janana Kufu at the room and a country. Modi masasi che obi de oka o support to Japan to free her oba no abebe panano na mo so mayeti an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. We are not afraid of anybody. Now ekuruba ni yatina ho ema minority a threaten majority ekuruba ya this is Ghana kwa ema minority a threatening majority because of yani ankasa ya no ya hunti because obi etimi beka kire me say me support ideas now were fantastic for Ghana but me nti me biema no kasa me support na wo chena atia ye be wo de obie wa no e kasa wo support me dia eno de enye ni e bo wa bomu also mama chi semo enyam ina na mga tiro mo mani ko ba bia mo so mama chi semo enyam tanya sa Ghana ha o mu fa ye no mu na wo ni pa bi e di akire o mu ko ayi no nti
na matete nsem bi na ye mesere obi se o sika pa sika nkwa eye den na pa grant ebuabu sika no na ye di tumi ni ko hye dan kwansa efi se empani mu no eni nyansa mu no enye sika nkwa obi se na no oya pa okasaba motherfucker mate sasem no motherfucker unim and this is oh try motherfucker na onwa ye plate bi say we de ye nye elections no ye nko campaign ye bebo plate no motherfucker motherfucker na nko gina UN United Nations na ni book of a obeka motherfucker everade mo ayi nyina
78 to promote gender equality in education and reduce absenteeism. 6.6 million packs of sanitary pads were distributed to girls in public basic schools. Mr. Speaker, assuming without admitting that the allocation was not changed, 283 million Ghana cedis indeed was used to purchase the 6.6 million pads that they said they have distributed. A simple calculation will tell you that one pad is 45 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, I have in my hand here a publication that was made by the Ministry of Finance. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Finance posted this on their Facebook wall. They said that sanitary pads has reduced from 25 Ghana cedis to 15 Ghana cedis. According to their own words, if indeed sanitary pad is now 15 Ghana cedis, why are they now accounting to the people of Ghana that one sanitary pad is 45 Ghana cedis? This is a trouble government. Mr. Speaker, this is a trouble government. This is not what the people of Ghana voted them to come and do. Mr. Speaker, everybody knows in this country whose pad of this the eye actually has fleeced this country to the extent that today, Mr. Speaker, to the extent that national service, which is supposed to be for ordinary people, somebody will take 1.6 billion and he says that it's going to be improving. And you are calling a government, local government. Really, this side, you shouldn't even be talking. You shouldn't even be talking. If there's a trouble, you are trouble times 20,000.
Speaker, the honorable member, as part of his commentary, said the NDC government is a chobo government. Mr. Speaker, that is unparliamentary. You can say so on radio. But in this house, that language is not permissible. And so, Mr. Speaker, I am seeking your guidance that that portion of the speech be expunged. Mr. Speaker, I thank you.
Mr. Speaker, are you mentioning the word T-O-G-O? Did you say Togo government?
Mr. Speaker, Chobo, not Togo. Chobo, he said Chobo. Chobo.
Choco.
Chobo. C-H-O-B-O. Or T-S-O-B-O.
Honorable member, please. Did you say the government is Chobo government?
Mr. Speaker, precisely so.
What does that mean?
Mr. Speaker, that means that 6.6 million parts that we could have used 99 million Ghana cedis, they are using 292 million Ghana cedis to buy more than times 3 of the amount. Mr. Speaker,
please. The meaning of Chobo government.
Mr. Speaker, it means wasteful. It means wasteful. You can also say that there is no value for money. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a wasteful government. It is an overspending government. Mr. Speaker, when we say overspending government, it means that you are a Chobo government. Simplicity.
A while ago, Mr. Speaker, a colleague of mine arguing on sanitary pass chose to do chop bar arithmetics. He just took the number of 6.6 million first batch of sanitary pass supplied and came to the conclusion that government was procuring sanitary pass as 45 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, that is palpable falsehood. The total number of sanitary pass being procured by government is 12,208 at 292 million. Not for him to just take 6.6 million and divide it by 292 million and come to the conclusion that one of it is costing 45.
For the honorable member of parliament to disingenuously perform what the Minister for Education, Haruna Iddrisu, has described as chop bar arithmetic, we can only conclude that it is yet another desperate attempt to try and impute the existence of a scandal to the John Dramani Mahama-led government so that the decomposing elephant can seek to equalize. There is no scandal. There would never be a scandal. The NDC under John Dramani Mahama, the Minister of Education, has not procured a pack of sanitary pads at 45 Ghana cedis and will never do so. Let me indulge you further. We have statistics as a transparent, accountable government which promise the good people of this country to reset our governance and to ensure value for money. Out of 20,744 public basic schools, we have distributed 3.9 million packs to students in 20,744 public basic schools in the Republic. We have 906 senior secondary and TVET institutions. We have distributed 2.6 million packs of sanitary pads to
students, girls, in secondary and TVET institutions. The total number of students in the public basic school system who have so far benefited from this life-changing intervention is 398,701. For their seniors in the junior high school system, the number of students who have benefited from this first batch is 1.1 million students. For those in secondary school who have benefited so far from this first batch, we have 968,285 students. Cumulatively, 2,578,915 female students from primary 5 to senior high school have benefited.
It's absurdity that Methodist and the Wesley Girls School must insist. Really, they must insist on what has brought the school to where it is, for which reason parents want to send their wards there. Prempeh College must insist on what has brought the school to the levels that people want to attend. TIMAS must insist. We must not introduce impunity in our system.
But what is impunity?
What are you talking about? The school says ABCD. That's why we learn discipline. After school, if you want to do your own thing, go and do your own thing. We must allow men and men, women and women to be sleeping because of right. Hey, Mr. Education Minister, please, while you are going slippery, allow the schools, the religious bodies to infuse the discipline. Your wards are there to learn discipline. When they come back to their homes, you infuse your religion into them.
Solomon, I have a friend, her name is Zainabu Muhammad.
Zainabu?
She totally agree with you.
But what are you talking about?
Zainabu is a Muslim.
Yes. You think you are going to deliver with
I don't want to see. She said she totally agree with you.
The young ones in there, they are so happy.
What is that?
They embrace themselves. Me, my daughter, the best friend is a Muslim. When they are walking, you will not even see the difference. But you parents, you are out there and you are discussing right. Who cares about your right?
So unlike in previous times where all our focus is on just going in to play soccer and come back with a trophy, we need to shift it a bit. More or less, the part of the objective of this ministerial committee is to plan as to the advantages Ghana as a country can take for the fact that we have an opportunity to display to the whole world that Ghana we've arrived. Because it's not just the playing of the football, but the entire globe is going to focus on what is happening from June next year. For example, we expect you to, as part of your workings, we expect you to lend the technical support to the team and the management team as to how best they can deliver and deliver their maximum best. We also expect you, as part of your activities, to consider modern strategic way of raising funds, because all this will involve some funds. And if you tell anybody that, look, Ghana is going to be on the world stage performing for, I don't even have an idea how many TV cameras, TV stations will be airing the World Cup. And so imagine in your mind's eye the fact that the Ghanaian jersey, the Black Star, how many times the name of the country will be mentioned throughout the tournament. And so we want you to be able to convince corporate organizations that this is a blank check if they get associated with Ghana's representation at the World Cup, for their brands to be known worldwide. We also, which is very important, you are also being tasked to help coordinate the travel arrangements. And usually we run into troubles with visas, and there are people who want to take advantage and give the country bad names and all that. We think your committee needs to have that oversight responsibility in making sure that Ghana's name is not brought into disrepute, even though we want as many funds as possible to be able to travel. And of course, visa facilitation is also very important. Just last Saturday, I was privileged to attend a program with the Chargé d'Affaires of the American Embassy at the Ghana American Chamber of Commerce. And then he said they are going to ensure that as many Ghanaians as possible are able to attend to lend support to our national team. And I thought it was a good statement that we need to follow up, and we expect your committee to make time and follow up with the appropriate officials at the American Embassy to make sure that Ghanaians are given the opportunity to go and cheer up their team. It's also an opportunity for us to sell some of our investment potentials to the world.
Papa bi aka msisi ya. Na ne mokoto chacha na ye de papa ekosi United Nations. Samunu United Nations. Oh, Awurade mbere mu ne wiase ye ya. Na ade no samba biemu a mo beti madafoka. Ghana for beti madafoka. Ghana for beti Awurade Nyankopon mampani na o ka madafoka. And what is that? But we are come at the Fokada. Oh, Awurade. Mr. Mo, yan to chacha. Na, minimuso obehu ya mobo, obebiye.
I was saying, Koya saying about high new 88.3 FM. Saying I'm the kind of share was saying what your sounds are who do na. Better. And Perifonia said that Benjamin Asari Ekasa Edima MPP Amanyu Kono Sansu and Boachi Jan Jr. And so Ekasa Edima NDC Amanyu Kono. And Perifo Mamachi.
So that
Bibia de Dean.
Oh. Bia de Nedin, so I dare cheer. I dare cheer, dear. Initially, I became much no dear, a womb, Kakra fine. But once Katramane about double dream or Moje Dimo Frisan, dear. And they are said, Mename, because the Biame Bame come and said, Nkwasumo, I have a question, dear, for 4 years. Today, be I buy a share mountain. Now you're saying, I may be a mama. Sankwa Sunwe ya ewomu Dr. Mamadou Bawumia betimi abe year from 2029. Nti uye no free ode a ye manage bibia e kama be ne dey.
Okay. What you done?
Dachi. Aha. Ye huye se de yuwa winimu no say sisi ye nidaso wo ho. Enye cry de yesene kane. Untumi nkan che Israel nia wafi Misri Masas so Pharaoh Kwasumu Ababedru Jordan naka Jordan untumi ntwa pokoko kra ye twa nti se Nyankopon amaye kwane ahoden edidaso ne akokuduro de atwa 80 years ye di brunya makom wotwe won Kwasumu a ende na chese na ye nyafa ahodi ye edidaso ni ho maye nti ye ara ye se ofiti prekupo onsi a moja neba enye dako ena edisi abansoro nkakra kokobenu musu we so far so good and your mayor cost wa bemu ankani anka by this time what is a president the contract amane ba and what is a president vice president mia anya contract 58 billion so source ankani anka what is a chimota forest eye o man nyina japade twitwama ye ofase ankani anka what is a corruption cases be brave papa ba kudo kan Allah akbar wallahi we shall save our country and in such a man sikam and by this time we'll be pass what is this go nesani nyina wonti biem eno kire say ye wo obi a odi man nimu na why na adwe say o man no ho do na maba media ni da so abro man no endre ya what is say yes Guinea Bissau or so ye cool yes that reminds us say ye memu ha no ye wo obi odi ni da so abro just imagine that to pass and MPP abemu ATSC ena ka omo san abetina mu bi kan de bronyi bedu nka hwenu nka ebisu krum ha last year bronya echenye bronya yedi ni last year krum echenye and then you November you see December but you can see the weather, you can see the environment. everybody has hope. And kokwa last year ni nipa ntumi ntɔ. Ene ni nyina abo aba fam. Anwa ne last year nipa ntumi ntɔ. Ene ne bo aba fam. Enchene asikyire emo enti afi bibia aba fam. Enti say obi de ne motherfucker ni obi nso ne 10 cents na ne de omo apati mu nsem. Em say dae de obi atumi so bi na say bi say dae ne be ye adwuma ne de ejina wa omo mo so.
The Wesley Girls issue no what is your take?
You see, my take on this issue is so simple. I first of all look at the time I established those schools now. Time I established school na Christian missions or na omo any so dey hu ni say. Omo de school ni betete omo kwala. It is all Presby schools. Abehu say time bia worship worshiper Presby Nneoma na yede yeden etiti omo obi okọ Prempeh College obi hu say Presby for ni Methodist for church na yede church omo. The same thing and it happened
and the purpose was
to train these people in line with their doctrines, the particular church now or the school no. Now you would agree with me say for a very long time now you deviated from the purpose. There is no school, whether a mission school or whatever, or Krum ha or curriculum or use as approved by GES no. And including some of the doctrines from Native school no, for now. It tells you say we are beginning to understand say or GES beginning to imply that all the schools are now secular, irrespective of who brought them and whatever name they bear. However, it does not also delete the fact that Asori be Nediaba for that purpose. That is why we have not cancelled worship and staffs. But one say wohwe adiwe yesi kind of anu wohwe benku na wayeden wohwe nifa enyoma ekoso Wesley Girls amemi ni omo nya adwen no the same thing ekoso Islamic schools ni bi bebre okowa Christians go there and they also forced to wear the hijab and all those stuffs and he say Christians no so hu this what are they also going to do almost be say mo so ye come school na say mo so may say dia mo say ye come school yan ko kan Allah akbar and say mo so be Jesus Christ but no I don't think it's a fair thing we should tolerate in this country or that you him say krom ha your community schools be bree aban sisi a obeko ho no ye wo they force the people to go to church but you force obi amane nko mosque and we don't even encourage people to go to the mosque but they are community schools. So if we are getting to a point, I bet me I can say because of say Asori B NSC school nti yenko emma sa Asori no nko a omugidi nko a no practice nko a de yenya, then my position should be that and your school say o krom ha nyina you say ahemfo bi and na di omo nan si wo ye na so yemo omo kwa na omungu nsa. And that will not go well with us. So
if people are saying the Wesley Girls is not allowing, so to speak, Muslim students in that school say omun practice omun Muslim now, and that they should be allowed to practice, will it not open the Pandora box? Because then those of us who want to practice Hinduism, whatever. Yeah. I can also go to the school and say I'm a traditionalist. Let me establish my shrine somewhere and begin to worship. When you are in your church or whatever, I also need to. Are we not opening the Pandora box?
Actually, first of all, we must understand that there were 3 religions in this country accepted by laws.
By which law?
By the Ghanaian laws.
Which one?
There were Christianity.
Yes.
There were Islamic.
Yes.
And there were the African traditional worship.
No, then you get it wrong.
No.
By our laws.
Let me end. That's me nana wachijan. Me job wachijan. Oba school wachimota. At the time of Oba school, form said the mom was almost failing. This was in the 90s. And on Wako Philly say he is an African traditional worshipper. He then came to the school and they were forced to go to church. And he told them, go to my forms. I didn't feel that I'm a Christian. And he didn't practice Christianity there. He was allowed to do his ancestral worshiping. And he finished it. My say on this is that we shouldn't force people into religions in schools. After all, the fundamental reason why we take our children to school is not to go and learn religion. If you want your child to learn your religion, you can do so at home. It is part of the moral training also. The purpose of education is not to give moral training. No matter where they find themselves, say Islamic school no also a Christian, allow the person to practice. Say Wesley girls no also a Muslim, allow the person to practice as long as our laws do not violate the worshiping style of the person. We should allow it.
But we are more or less like as a Ghana. Your friend said your friend said 2 religions in our Ghana.
No, we don't have two.
If you look at our constitution,
yes, it's a
very
well
one. And clear.
Yes,
it's a freedom of association.
Yes,
and so if I worship with ebi amema ya misran kakra ho na mesomo a me come school me pon a me pese me ko somo a you should not stop me.
But I don't think anybody will stop you when you hold your schnapps. Say what you call bomb.
Oh, that be Muslims omo baby omo ye. Christian for mo aso da. Enti me susu me traditional enti maba me so me be si me shrine ka be bia bi o me de ntuma go red ni ade be twa no ma tita you be de se o na ma gugu nsa na ehon so aba be ye me de. If we are encouraging these things in our various schools, do not also forget say your schools are who Ghana. Enti any school back you have choices to make.
Yes.
Every school has its own foundation. Will you agree with me also say if you look at the mission schools Abadu Duona, 90% of the mission schools, in fact, the whole Ghana schools say those who are performing part of the mission schools. Have you realized that?
No two ways about that. That's it.
Is it not because they have certain foundation? Yeah, this school is so many do. It is the reason why in Tia and name them and money in a person.
It is not true. Let me tell you why. The Jesus Christ statue, I was St. Peter's, and yes, I statue no, and a chow was imam. It is the quality of teachers and quality of learners.
No, is that Charlie? Okay.
Wait,
what I'm saying here is that go to some of these mission schools in this country, and anybody can challenge it. Go to the mission schools in this country. Obercorner administration block is you are buying taxpayers' money. Yeah, Gigi says can be a cusino. Yeah, found also be a Christian, be a Cremuni, and also Bosom. Yeah, Ginisika. Yeah, a day about 90%. A bicycle.
This is school buying. Name one.
I wouldn't name them here because I may not have my facts. But what I am saying is, it is an assumption that is very close to the truth. It is
an assumption.
That you cannot tell me say does not exist. There are so many schools in this country. Oh yes.
No, it doesn't.
That is your opinion. And opinions are like noses. You can have yours. But what I have seen around in this country, they say most of the infrastructure was some of these mission schools, you know. Over corner ya buying a CCO. Na say chiriko kwa yedinima. Time I see school no. O say obi asika hia. Sika yi Muslim di sika ba waje. Christian di sika ba waje. Na say do say be use facilities ne dia. O say me Muslim man be use be. What are you saying? Now, my point is, if we are saying say this is a Christian school, Wesley school, and to say Bahana John Wesley Nkwan, Susanna Wesley, Charles Wesley Dinkwan then we should build everything there with the church money. On to me ko tell on my sika obia de won bi family japade na waka say for bi pe enye den enyusu. I'm a Christian, but I wouldn't support this because I wouldn't let majority blind me. The fact that I'm in the majority does not mean I should always speak.
Do not also forget that in this country,
yes,
you were the Ghana Armed Forces,
yes,
you were the police service,
yes,
your other security agencies, Ghana,
yes.
If you make a choice to join any of this, they will make the rules for you, even though you the taxpayers' money and the share sank for winning. Yes. Including training now, the taxpayers' money. Say here, it doesn't matter what you believe in. There are two forms of worship. Christian and Muslim. Force yourself into one. Wait. Force yourself into one. Regardless of your belief. And it's a balance and a traditional worshipper. Let me person me ko soja nkwan dia. Either say me Christian And I say, Muslim.
Like you are being very unfair here. You can't compare Wesley girls to Ghana Armed Forces. That's when you are comparing apples to.
Let's establish the fact that Obi ni one man we deny Obi say o man nko school bia you be Muslim or Christian.
Yes.
Yenyenesa because o make statement say untimi deny Muslims say o man nko school. Obi deny.
Yes, that is true.
So the fact say we are Muslim now we go different school no. I say omo person omo chere say you have to be disciplined. Na discipline no so na I say o adopt school no star no na obey because that is omo no belief and omo practice school
over years
and it's not out of fake and I say churches no and use omo uniform asori ni uniform no yama omo chance a omo timi de man kwala no shirt say Friday and I say wo ko prep wo ko moko ye worshiper I say we use school no asori na the school no so ni uniform enti yemfa no nto me pa cho school so ni bi wo ho no mo a na say yes bra Muslims no omo schools no yemfa no Muslims and Christian because I say na ekoso so we Christian na say wo ko Muslim school a esesa wo kwa ni Muslims for ne ye na no na esa wo ye sanity wo kro mo so why is it that say we a Muslim now we by Christian school now you see near Christians and ye bia and no be a problem mentiase and no na ya na ye create problem no I say ye maybe no look so special say wo de wo kan e fana obi kan e problem say ya nye careful akola ni ko school mu akosua de e ho na wo kosua de ne yese wo ba school na so be ye ABCD for 4 years and 3 years and not necessarily we na wudi sua de
and na oji tu na
o school na wo that's all and then na woman it just for 3 or 4 years no we betimi deviate from religion na say wo som na wo som no 3 years ni twa mo ntimi zumbiem and no so timi be ye issue ma ye discuss wo kromo asa e ma ye timi tam e wo school so de ye de na court because we deny obi say esese eniema bi wo school mu wono esese school ne sene se onye no ye tietie nipa no fa na when the catch so ko school mu a wo found ye when the catch so wo sua de wo school mu a wo na wo sua de wo found ye we wo found ye a wo wa ne se yentime emfa ba emmo umpraw to that extent but when you found ye you are there to learn ni teacher for ne betre wo school mu wono eno na esa wo fa so found ye no wa he akola eko school a yesi akola no fa ho de eso ogina niti eni kwa so otwa niti eso oye niti because fa ho de wan na ka cho so wo kosua de no wo fa ho de na wo fa ho de akesi bo 6 ada wo fa ho de akesi e bo 7 eso wo classroom a wo sua de wo ni fa ho de wo be nya fa ho de na che se wako school na wie na wo kwa na wan kasa you are out there no and na wo fa ho de but once a wo process of learning ne de wo ni fa ho de bia iti maye masa de we ma me problem why be kakra no enkwala na nkasa na omu ko school mu akosua dem they will go and dictate for the teachers because omo fa ahodie iti se o ka tell ne se on tena ha nsua de a obeka trouser mpese me hanging window num because me fa ahodie nse me tena window num eno na be ma wasem na wo ka no mate unyi hu kwa se utietia no fa ahodie no so sa ne pese ye wo school num ana so Christians no wo school o ko preseka oba hono man yesa so omo ye no eno na esa wo ye wuntimi nya change the school wuntimi nsesa ko manfe Methodist girls ko hokwohwe ukọ hono mo asori na nseseye eno wo mo ne ma wo de wo school man na so se ye ka se fa entire 5 for bra fa sorry de 2 bra unya mema and don't forget to say every time mistress no wo hono ye Methodist ni every time since ya team school no mistress awoba hobia no uni Methodist background unti me mama ye mistress e dey dia because they want to keep the foundation I wo hon mo a build upon abedu samiri it is yesasa imagine say ye the manfe Methodist girls near the Muslim ni akwa akoto ano as mistress e dey lebesi values na wo honom na ye dey aduma no obetimi abai ba it ana so please
Mama yen situate ade ne yie. Sa wo ya kola na wo go school a kona kosua de. Usua de ni wie koko wie university grad o wa witimi ye ni ope. Ne die nti na SHS eno so abe problem a ese ye tietia nkwala fa ahudie so omo wo fa ahudie kese fa ahudie be no omo wo. Ye be sere ye nya sa ne ma no. Ye de say nkwala no. Ma me ma example baako. Uko Confanoche secondary school you amwase. Na nkwala no te se ne o kan e Christian way na eso omo ye. Nkwala no ka miensa eka omo hu bo mu te se ne o kan se omo de omo no omo papa no omo ma menum nyina worship te se abosom nti omo de se omo ma omo kwai mo omo worship de ya ne no sex omo nko nti tam no duru o se kwaso omo so omo de omo nko to the extent say school no eso otimi saki omo ana say o interdicte omo mo omo kofie because it's against the school's rule. What you say? Enti yen my so sa de no so ne esese ye de hye nkwala ni tim say wo ya kwala na wo ko school mu a wo kwa kosua de ne teacher fo be kire wo school mu na ese wo fa ena ne wo be kwa akoto wo school mu no eno na ese wo di so eno na be boa wo do stage bi a wo freedom wa person de ye ne wo de be ye but the way I am na conversation no kono me emwa kra in fact GOG abanya kura yi obai he is calling on this mission to come and hold this agenda.
Yes,
111
and to come and help.
Omunyi no munsi no muntuaso no money government enhwe ekwan ya ombetumi afaso running na omache.
Yes.
A Christian mission or Obabeji hospital. Njisebia hospital at 20%, 40%, 60%. Obabeji no way equip it, no one started running. He will tell you, say, this is how I wanted to run. If you can't, there are so many hospitals that won't go. And me, I think that this thing is just so simple that we have different schools in Ghana.
Send your car. What do you check? You say, "Upe baby, a discipline wo pa."
I'm saying mission schools.
Yeah, mission schools.
And I'm saying, but have you watched something? The Christians who goes to Islamic schools, they are asked to wear this hijab. You don't hear them complain. They do.
They do. They do. Me, I've been hearing it.
Omo complaining, but me person me says omo complaining, but rules never hono says o hwe na wuntimi a kofro enti akwala no epe school no obe di so akopim so obe bi oya no weka ade na wo de wo kọ baabi a wo nkonkotena ho ni so na wo ya nko baabi na no so be a problem. Well, yemure mu ewo your topics no for today. John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic, extended the engagement of the IGP for extra 2 years. Former Deputy Minister for Defense actually say, look, the president here, it is more or less like the president doesn't know what he's doing. One, that the president has violated his own directives, which he gave on the 2nd of April 2025. Stating, say, in fact, your friend, let me just read that letter now, let me get the letter very well. Now,
the suspension of the grant.
Suspension of the grant of contract appointment. The grant of post-retirement contract appointment to retired public servant staff has been suspended with immediate effect. Consequently, all requests for such appointment will no longer be considered. Kindly take note of these directives and ensure strict compliance. In Crawford, the president has not been truthful.
Yeah, that's it. You see, there be a many Bahano Mamaka and say, Nipa Bakua, Minini, or my manual, someone me. Opem time when young couple de Mibekwa could Rubiano, a John Dramani Mahama. Or Srewana no Mura will need him because on your honest person. Abra mu use as communicate winner, and ye be a no be the Sekai ni two jina almost so monkoyana. So at then a one cassa. What in the suat of them? Na wasafa Actually, say ye Judia enye because your letter no was clear. Say, or say consequently, all requests for such appointment will no longer be considered.
Yes.
Now, say a big CBM. It's your failure by say. You see, I'm on your phone. Yana, if you see ye to me. Na ye refi enema ye kan ye ne promise aye de ma Ghana for no social contract aye ne Ghana for koye abra wo mu gina so ato abama ye no ye nya power ni wi na ye refi na atemdidie ene kasefin a wo mo candidate Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo abra opon buonu ye extended the contract just 1 year 1 year o nsɛm a wɔn ka wɔ kurom ha de gu Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo ho fi paa no na nya asɛm ketewa ɛna wonya atumi no na aba na wo sɛ saa nneɛma no ebi nsi wɔ wo amamu mu biem na kyerɛ sɛ yɛwɔ other people a wɔn nso wɔ nimdeɛ a yɛde wɔn ba bɛgyina police dɔm n'ano a wɔn bɛtumi ayɛ adwuma equally to wɔn a wɔn atwam ne nyinaa nti wɔn no wɔn tolerate saa nneɛma no abere a wɔwɔ wini power. Any 1 year. 1 year nuru na kan papa mu a tete yonu untimen foto no. You can't even judge him based on duration awanya. Say almost enuru 1 year meba. Ya appointed no nyanya 1 year. Nti untimen judge na say why ade ana wonya ade because IGP position e continuous. Obi aba even ubedi 1 month kra na ne wo beto ye no. No na so to aso. So me, I don't even have a problem. Say, yes, extending the contract and they are called even 2 years. Say, any 5 years, crime, any problem. But it's about what the president said. Abra will be Dibima will be no. A dear Samna will kind. And none of my who say, we are honest person, we are truthful person, and I say, when you're truthful. And Tite, you know, when you're in the position, will be an in Yasam. But our president now was a Sadian, a bit CBM. A year then, as I say, cried the 1 year. What were any 2 years? So, what did he attempt? What did he gun of what them say, Sabi, Nyansa paid Nyansa de Nibi? Not as a why someone can opposition say Ghana for ya real refino. What says the Subium Abra Ubenya power? Just a wasam now catch the yeno, ye real. It's woya de na mayeno enya dia ye be kai ne wo kan ye twam abrebi twam adan na ya ne ye hu sa it's the bia no ye hu amanyofo se ye nka no kore ye hu amanyofo se amanyoni promise ade ba ko a oba obeba ba be ye different thing hwe apart from sansem we kure ekoso yi okay se wuyi asem a president ya aka na sa wasa atwe na no de awo fam wo ho a hwe bibi te se ye ba omamu galamse Who can galamsa some almost a quiet manifesto? Yan Cassa or manifesto. Me patron manifesto no more casa or mobile. Tete you no better extending a contract. A woman manifesto. It's your dear Pia, you are Abemuno, and your dear Pia, where your manifesto money by ye. What to me, near many people walk around 1 9 year old that crass out the best of manifesto. It is a what can some no. Now say any woman manifesto, almost a cockroach manifesto, and say a kaya. So we bibi na say ni manifesto no mu dia I say omo atenke outside the box because enye bibia na wo manifesto no mu a omo betimi implement e na bi nso ho no omo amfa anhye manifesto no ba omo betimi akofeda akwakoye nti aden na moma amanyofo ye nteki ye serious omo hu ye say ye nka no kore Ghana ha no mode opa ye bie phone line to mu one day na busa Ghana for say so amanyofo ka no kore ana omo wo gidie wa manyofo mu ana NPP NDC no akwa say ye ni alternative bia o na ka ye was strong force bi wo hono mu a ka NPP NDC ombe yi atu ba bi because of such utterances because omo ye say ye nka no kore ye kan dia ba ko a ye ba ni aba be ye different thing especially you John Dramani Mahama na dia wono no you obi a wa ba ban mu da wa ba be di president ni bi da wa be ye vice president da enti ye ka taste of power e wo presidency wono ma e ya dia wo experience enti eniema bi a wo ye ya abra na wo government wo ye president no we don't expect to say wo ba bi abra sesi a wo be repeat sa niema no se wo repeat pe
now you will be a wo de sebe no kura pa de no kura de nya de a wo ka bi because yet in your baby I'm a Ghana for mo ankasa kura bo a mo bo mo nsem de ma president I was some more coca say yes then the contract ma IGP bia wo mamu and board abaso say yes about papa ba you would have John Dramani Mahama or be reset Ghana and I'm de reset the board abaso also we yimu ahwe wo yimu ahwe fam say Kim asemo amoka enra me call a TV station back host you know to no say president when you want me di ho yaw ma bo abaso ama ne sa abaso body am de ma woni nyina no na won deserve because na wo dada Ghana for what dada ya ma say there wa ma contract no 1 year why you need 2 years adentia anya bia mo manifesto na ya na mo ka ho asem no sa ne ma we no enye necessary say wo de she manifesto mu the chief justice am yi ni firi ona wo mo manifesto say ni manifesto ba mo ba be yi na firi ho so ya best president me ankasa de me no me ni gidie wo president no mu biem ba ne niam bi a oye no ye kaka ne say president ye wo dachi bi wo ho no a wo be ba be ye ex president ye be refer wo niam bi a wo ye ye say ye nim guase ye de ma wo enti niam bi wo ho no a twitwa so na twe wo firi ho ma wo yiw enye yiw ma wo yes wo no enye no se ne be ye gidie kakra be ba ho na ba bi adru pa de dachi o man no gidie pa say o mo gidie wo president mu de enya de ye duma because we feel o man no cry total me that's it but yeah
that's it
obi be said that question for this single act do you still trust the president
like you miss and chill bim na yen chia atifo nyahwefo na minche minua ya amene no wa
so no cry man chia
aso da ensem ne dos na o so ejuma no so se ehwe ejuma mampanyi aye na sto na sibe bonto kru
mo na mu defend
ejuma fe de mahama ye ni akase be bonto kru no ze ehwe be fi so be chia nyehwe ye de achew na che ejuma mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ye sebi enye ejuma kotwa e wo krum ha and now this act minue e komfa ho ni double standard o hu bibi ogine ade simple anything ye babem and na mompany on the 2nd of April 2025 year o can say empenyimfo bi o mo public sector o mo ye adwuma e so mo kwa ahomegye mu no omumre no so a aban no ho kwan se otumi ka se daachi wo ye adwuma anya mfie dusia na so yesan ba ko ana mienu nti ye afi ba ko ana afi mienu ana afi miensa ka ho eno no mra no ma mampanyi bia ho kwan e ma ne ye bi emre bi etwam na akufo ado or exercise that discretion president bi obeba bia say discretion why say bi one sector or the other Mampanyi John Dramani Mahama Sijina we na ya appoint the Inspector General of Police Yura Tete Yohonu Penny Forces Sankofa Yenchi Mampanyi John Dramani Mahama is a listening person. Mind you, Dachin, ye Friday be constitutionalism in governance. The constitutionalism and President Barack Obama ba krum ha be kire yen say you build strong institutions that ensure proper governance. And I'm a boy. And it is not only for the executive to decide. Men are more power, supreme leader, more majority in parliament. And the IGP will tell my son. You were an intre Abrempo Mutimu about pay. I omunim Bambosem a constitution that created that particular body, a friend, police council. Our police council no jumani say umbetu mampanyi no fo say nipa sumasi ye say fa ne ho ana nipa sumasi ye say se wo modi afutuo no mampanyi no a na se mampanyi ne hwe se sa afutuo no edimu na se be bo my Ghana nyina emfa woni asem bi a waka in the past so opeman no yiye nko ade a esa so sa gina ye na ana sa afutuo ne de man ne be bo man nyina ada achinti wo se wo ye na eteke obi a owa kokuduro na odwen ne manfo ho na won suro se nipa bebo ni din no more dream say how did me see 10 years to come, 2 years to come, 3 years to come. Ghana for shira benefit ben or mukwenya fiso.
And by chance, you are saying, say, the recommendation by the police council.
Yes.
Let's also put on record. Say, yes. Police council. Nipa ben, the former police council. The police council is chaired by the vice president.
Yes.
The IGP himself is a member of the police council. The interior minister is a member of the police council. Police council also more junior staff.
Yes.
Another junior staff.
They even have former IGPs.
They have almost civil service staff become. And I have So these are people who advise the president.
Yes.
And the advice of the Omudima advice and say, apart from the current IGP, police need be a new IGP baby.
That is not so. Say Oba in the realm of security. What is most important to every government as far as security is concerned is what we call sustainability. Sustainability and they say, yeah, the Dutch ambets na new FM ha. Dutch buy no, wa share nyoma ba kwa na mienu bi ase. Ye nyina di ani di ekira ye hwe. E di mpuntu eba. Na style eni. Ye ni ndie mu no, Yesu se ma Dutch kwan na so tena ha for 2 years a. Ade a okọ ebetumi aso aba yo se.
Ade na nipa no oye a won se wodi wani adi ekira ekoyi.
Yes.
Is it not a decision council Najiatum? So this is what we want to go.
Despite being a decision at council idea, every person has their own style. Into money, say government institutions here, your chief executive, your board. The board will make a decision, but how to execute the decision, COB or come first to execute. That you say, do what's now as the CEO, the same decision by the board. Who come first to executing? Yeah, they make what's now come first to executing. Yeah, the minimum what's now, you come first to obey executing. This Tete Yohonu man we are talking about has a style. Police council now recommend they say the style no. If the president is able to maintain it and sustain it for the next 2 years, major improvements by police service. Why do you sit here and call it a hypocrisy? For nothing at all. This Tete Yohonu guy we are talking about. Listen to President Akufo-Addo's comment on him. President Akufo-Addo say, Nipana Efreno, IGP Christian Tete Yohonu no say, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the long-serving and respected law enforcement officer, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Christian Tete Yohonu. This is the time they appointed him as Deputy IGP in terms of in charge of operations. He says on his promotion to the office of Deputy Inspector General of Police with responsibility for operations, I have no doubt that as in the past, Deputy Yohonu will be a valuable team player and will contribute fully to the success of an effective and efficient police service. This is President Akufo-Addo.
So,
this is President Akufo-Addo's own attestation about who Tete Yohonu is.
Nobody has questioned his competence.
That's no. So the fact that you and I know his competence, and you and I know say for this short time now, Obe take you over as IGP, the various improvements are ba. Wow, we are say Ghana has police for Jessica. Me wa police for the mujina kwa nchen na muji Jessica. Say the man try him no. For the first time upon the appointment of this man, you saw police dashing out money. Omu jubilated to Sikegu. The various tension I know police service mo any room. Let's be honest. Your security you to me found to chacha. You to me find any politics are not paid. You cannot create room. The kind of reforms are IGP Tete Yohonu dey about police service. Don't you think say you man a kwine. I'm not to also 2 years sir. And you want to be bano. Say nipa will be take over no cry no. But
what will be your take on the arguments of people who say look, the voice of a leader is more or less like a law.
That is true.
That
is also true.
The president made a commitment.
Yes.
Tell his people, including his followers, telling them to adhere to certain principles, which even in opposition, I recall, say or launching youth manifesto, he made this comment, say, there are so many people that are attaining retirement age or public service. For that reason, the youth the opportunity to also grow and rise within the public service, and that any time such things would never happen. God being so good, he issued a circular to that effect. People who believed in him, because look, governance is about public trust.
Yes.
Those who believed in him says, oh, this is the man. The real certain agenda of a truth is working. 7 months down the lane, what he's admonishing is his followers to adhere to. He has gone back to break the same law. That's it. Will you trust such a person when he says another thing? Now people are saying, was he one contested 2028 election? For this singular act, people seem not to believe the president.
That's it. Let's look at, you mentioned 2 things here.
Yes.
And we must look at it critically. The first one has to do with the youth matter.
Yes.
I was also present when President Mahama made that statement. And we shouldn't take it out of context. For the purposes of this argument, tell me today, see IGP Christian Tete Yohonufiwa, which person in this country that fall within the youthful age, which made an IGP?
Oh, but the position of the IGP is political. Are you aware?
It's not political.
It is political.
You may call it that. Is your
the
opinion.
Appointment is political.
You may call the position itself is not a political position.
No, I'm saying the appointment is political.
Yes.
And so the president can choose to take a genius stuff and make him
that
an
is not
IGP.
true. We have people who qualify for it, and it is only then the president will choose from. You can check it. You can verify it. Yes. The only people who have attained COP, Commissioner of Police.
No law.
Let me drew on less than 50 years.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. For the purposes of the youth. No. 50 years.
No, I'm saying he said.
So that's what I'm saying. No, 2 years ago. That's what I'm saying. And now me know kasi why no police service more 40 years.
Let me give you an example. The CDS today. CDS today.
Yes.
He has so many seniors ahead of him.
Yes.
All those seniors were pulled out of the military.
Yes.
And then his position.
It doesn't make him a youth.
Wait.
It doesn't make him a youth. It doesn't. Does it?
Wait. His position was risen
to
be able to meet the position of a CDS, and he has been given. Wait. The president, who is the leader of the country, can choose a junior officer, raise his position, and give him the IGP.
And you think that would be better than say, or maintain it at or any Jumayi? Do you think your second option is better than the first one the president is doing? Now let's go to the second one. Where it takes only bold leaders to do what President Mahama has done, and it has got nothing to do with trust crisis.
Why
the Mampani Ayeno has got nothing to do with trust crisis. So obi a wait message na ye. So that you bet na fia. No one will say jina we ene beboa. Na wasi jina ye no. Na mre bi edu. Na obi say se we are the crown no sa. Enye yie.
Sa jina ye na masie no.
Enye yie.
Se me disu sa enye yie.
You now think about the generations to come. You now think about it say jina masi. Se mi jina ye so na se be boa Ghana 2 years. Na se mi sensa jina ye na se be boa Ghana 10 years. Ehe na akobeko. Which one will you choose?
Masisem se be Ghana be fa ntuma pe fra. But se mi sisemu a, as a leader of the state, our worst, our law, I need to come out and apologize to the people. So for this reason, I need to bend the law.
No, let us set this record straight. Let us set this record straight.
Yes.
Ye nyina ati ha no ye boy si Nyankopon sunite so e de na Nyankopon faka e kafa adwen sesa ho o se okwase ape no sesa na adwen
no kure
e se Nyankopon ka kire. So there are times you change your mind, make positive amendments in your decisions, and they do not necessarily represent insult or something like that. Minwe Kasano was not to trust President Mahama, but on one side, you campaign more with Bahomia. If it was in the case of somebody like Bahomia, you can talk about some of these trust crisis, because on no to because we see that yɛbɛkɔ na da mu ni hɔ otumi ka sɛ yɛnyegye asɔrefoɔ to hɔ wekɔ akɔdo ebi ɔsi na ɔjoki otumi ka kyerɛ yɛn sɛ ɔba bɛkyi dollar na ɔma dollar independence nsɛm a ɔka nyinaa wɔnyɛ such a person you can cite trust crisis as far as some of these matters are concerned but President Mahama's decision that is going to benefit the very people of this country that is going to position our internal security in the best way. How do you call this trust crisis?
The life of every man is in the hands of God.
Yes.
So funny say, it is only that who can work at this moment of time.
Yes.
So touch wood.
That is not what the president is saying.
No, I'm asking. If the argument has been on the ground, say, at this point in time, the oil, you know, or no penny any power but me to us on why yet say be a gun and be funny to my perfra. Touch wood is only what happens?
That is what I'm saying. That is not the argument on grounds. The argument on grounds is that the police service has always been a teamwork, and they always have leaders. And we are saying, say, for Tete Yohonu to go and sit home, no, you heard the effect of that. And he said Tete Yohonu betenasia yeni juma together with the others who equally qualify as IGP now. Then the second option is the best for this country, and President Mahama is in the best position as a leader to make that decision.
Let me ask you this question before you end. I will not contest 2028.
Yes.
By President Mahama.
Yes.
Will you believe him?
Do you believe it?
I used to, but now I don't.
Then Dachi, I'm just encouraging you to trust the man President Mahama. Like I have said, Dachi, ejuma na papa ni yeno. Any jina we are wasino. Sebi kukudu for penny to Mrs. Ejina. Let us be honest in this. Sebi enye easy. Se mampanyi bi beka asem. Na obedu bebi be hu se mesisa na ebeboa. Na obenya akukuduru aka. Se yakoba se yenyina ekoka se mampanyi jina ya wasi a yenyina nim pefe se ebeboa man no se wasesa na no nti ebesi na atwetwe a. Ebedu bebi no esabo ne pa na ebetwa to because ebeto da mampanyi bi make statement bi. Ebedu ba bi anka yekwa ebeboa no. So wasesa na no pe yebeka se ebi obedwen say na ekosisa mani Ghana for kwatwuma no asiboni ebi so ana the effect of it is going to benefit yes.
When he made a statement said ministers ahodo ayede bu man ne ade no na Rollins de no do so ne ade oba ba mu obehu no different that I know we can asem dada oba obehu no different. What did he do?
He apologized.
Yes. What is difficult to tell Ghanaians say emra we me and amdi side we bad one thing. But in this particular field no yehu ABCD for which I was see a bend for this.
Yes.
So with this I apologize on this particular one. What is wrong with that?
There would have been nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you something. The best way to apologize is not only to say words. We have so many ways of apologizing to people. If the end results,
maybe a teacher abuano one is unknown.
Maybe a teacher abuano say, "Okona say ho bubua." Don't miss any no.
As a home we.
Dachi the eka kusimina ni say. The mampanyi John Dramani Mahama yen. The end results, if it is going to be something that is going to be dire, dangerous, and disastrous, then you and I would be calling him, come and apologize. But the minute hey, ye tu ye ni hwenta krem. Sure, China, Nena de Chie, your money, your mama so, not say Jinaya was in the bois. Why do you call him to come and apologize? For making a decision that will help you in your generation? Why do you call him to come and apologize? For making a decision that will put the internal security of this country at the best position? To come and apologize for that? You want President Mahama to come and apologize? Say as head, as vice president, no head. Who knew Chrome her? And election time, you Chrome Tejiman. You could come nipa 8 MPP for power. But Umia and in an Akufuado, they didn't show any remorse. Did they apologize for that? Even no crown no more say on mine, or Mushi Mujagu or memoir, they didn't apologize. Did we crucify them? Not the end, one one make a decision at the same sector as a decision, no, Elquaco benefits here, and on every friend is me apologize. Then we are not being fair with the man. We are not being fair with him, if that is what we are calling for. But the end result is that whether he has changed the earlier decision or not, the decision that has been made in the best interest of Ghanaians. You and I are the beneficiaries.
But
so if there's anything,
I want you to do this for me.
Yet,
if I tell you A, and you believe it, and you see me doing B, what will you say?
If you tell me A and I believe it, and you do B, which is going to benefit me more than the A, I will trust you and praise you.
But that's it.
Is it that's it?
Yeah, second topic.
Before then, you see, no cry about copy because of president a chantro.
And the
Onya no kafu.
Ultimate cancer, many
Minuitia or your communicator for the president. It will be so.
Oh, there be ultimate cancer.
You see, so baby share will be said that a tough, no prepare.
Oh, there
because no make sure say and some no senior city and the sun will be sa. So Bahano, you need to prepare. President and us no kind. O share conversation across wa hanyina obian ka se tete yonu or you incompetent. Obian kasa. Obian ni tete yonu ni problem.
Not at all.
Na wa ba be kan reforms, wa ba be kan ni competency about the police council ni obian challenge that. Na menye sure say ya appoint IGP or buy ya wa add up to the police council.
That is also true.
Obi obebe bia be pay the quota obeye ni obetimi aye.
That is right.
So no one is having problem with Tete Yonu as IGP. The board of contention here no someone president kafa extension and now what turn it up, what turn it down. Abuso that we didn't draw. The kind of no kwafo because they say no, and it's difficult for someone to believe the president, especially who opposition. And then now kafa extension and now the Danko Akufo-Addo the same IGP be obai.
Then okay.
Tie, Nanado Emane tie o de mpatro tie me kaya no makai ye we John Dramani Mahama de natural president or say where your police council no more trade president in Oyano or say I write to inform you that following the recommendation of the police council in the accordance with the relevant provisions governing the administration of the Ghana Police Service, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic, has approved your re-engagement for an additional 1 year upon the attainment of the statutory retirement age in September. And we upon the same the president they are also trade and no yes, I am said that no
the same line.
The same line.
Oh, but most of these things.
No, hold on. I'm not saying a problem. The same accordance with the Police Act.
Yes.
Council no. And one and another Dankwa Akufo-Addo Jina so the extension upon one. That is why you people criticize say I done police for no a time where do also IGP no do so. Now all extend the contract. President
why?
John Dramani Mahama. Oh, I don't Obagana. So what's up here? What's up now? That's a credit.
Oh, that's your car.
What do you say, President?
What car was he?
Hold on. I don't want to waste my time on that because Ghana for 18 years. Ghana for 18 years say the NDC and the president criticized the extension that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo gave to Opombuonu. Yeah, it's on record and it's a fact. Obi antimi deny. And then Obaye no, Obi amfaseka ma mesi uso. And Abaye na oka say, "Sa extension no, what John Dramani Mahama president, wetwam ebe nsi biem." And yet he had the aboy ensem ama. Ye try ye hu ba ya wa ba be ka kire say asem na wo ka ye no enya de a wo ankasa wo ji wo hudi na che say president na ankasa ye wura John Dramani ma onu ankasa kro onyi no ni because na sem bi obeka bia no onyi ni say asem na free ni mu ba na ye nokore because asem a waka na ye nokora ka wo be stand by you stood by it because wo nim say asem na waka no ye nokore na wo gidi na sa o ka sem bi na sa nya nokore na sa wankasa hu sa asem na nya nokora Ghana for mfa wo serious because wo nim say wo ye obi a wo nya truthful on can nokore because the president is having a credibility crisis. President na nkasa or credibility crisis
because I don't know a common a you will be in him. It's what can some non as what you are. I don't know, Yanuhu number patel. The part out because former President Kufuor can be no. Or the part just say, oh, Ghana for more fan chame. Say ministers na may accuse you. Lawrence say, one more doors no. Say now we need one more who the way sit here. And to any me pamocho. Or be one more issue with the president. Former President Kufuor. And never know can say, and yet the same time, your promise. What to me? I'm for fellow promise. Now one who's some now kind of where do you draw? Now I buy a pamocho. Oh, Pacha, near the acho. Now president will hear minimum. You have done drama on Pacha on there and Pacha because I don't know. San what's it that? So I can't send me no as I am because also obey lean government. Me no can say what the two ones are for him say what the less than 60 people, 60 ministers in the Ebu man. But in the history of Ghana, no presidential staff be anywhere every region. Why the party organizer, regional organizer, why are more presidential staffers? The BC that ministers. As the same as deputy ministers. Go and check.
That is not true.
The BD ones who are the bottom ones are for him, or the bottom. Or the bottom ones are for him. Say you don't know say the presidential staff.
That is not true.
Almost that's the deputy minister. You don't know.
That is not true. That is not true.
If you don't know, you don't know.
That she corrects him. That is not true.
You said what the presidential staffer conditions of service is equal.
It's equal.
Yes.
Choose it well.
Wait.
Choose it well.
What's your understanding of equal? What's your understanding?
It's equal.
What's your understanding of equal?
Catch me say, "Ende, ye ma mi shemi ma Muslim." Ne ketwia.
And the deputy minister there,
Bibia. Any project.
Abu Safra. They said, a presidential staffer.
Yes.
Condition of service is as equal as to a deputy minister who is not a member of parliament. That's all. And you want to have not so appointed presidential staff as tenor. No, they say what you can go and also read.
Presidential service is not the same.
Or say when you are not a member of parliament. So as deputy
is not a member of parliament.
Yeah, so deputy defense minister on the presidential staff at Shamima Muslim. Hey, the same. Me say presidential
staff is a munya.
What is it? Regional presidential staffers. What to be that? Oh, Oba Omamu, what to be that? That will be that. President Ben Oba Omamu and presidential staffers across the region. They say there was 16 regions that Omoya presidential staffers.
No,
any deputy minister can't you pay. And to what what the less than 60 ministers in Ebu Omana and you're true president no on can
it's not true.
Okay,
let me clear.
Is here.
A presidential staffer in Ghana holds office at the pleasures of the president. Their condition of service includes salaries and allowances are determined by the Article 71 of the Constitution.
That's all.
If you look at Article 71 of the Constitution, it gives you the conditions.
Yes.
It is the reason why I tell you that it falls under
Article 70, Article 71. Yes.
And I'm telling you that if you look at Article 71, and if you look at even the Monuments Committee, their recommendations that they brought, a presidential staffer, conditions of service is equal to a deputy minister who is not a member of parliament.
Simplicity.
You may have that position.
No, they have it position.
It is not.
You may have
the law.
Verified from the Monuments Committee.
You may have the position.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that the Article 71 of his holders,
no one can.
That's so that is what I'm also saying.
Specific said. That's so presidential. So that is equal to deputy minister.
So that is where I want you to draw his attention.
Yes.
To say it holistically. Say presidential staffers the same are equal to that of deputy minister.
That is what the monument committee.
A deputy minister who is not a member of parliament.
That is not entirely true. That is not entirely true. And that's one issue.
You have a problem.
One issue. He shouldn't compare apples to mangoes here.
Okay.
When he is not talking about the same thing. Well, President Kufuor apologized
and so President Mahama should apologize. These are two different things.
Why?
President Kufuor has criticized that you have this number of ministers. Waba. Also be some number of ministers. When we say already number of ministers, no. Omo adwuma no omo ye no. Endru the previous one there no.
And the president John Dramani Mahama also criticized the extension of
Now he was seeking to add more. And now buy no be patch also. Because President Rollins dey omo ye say omo do doors. Now so want to nya adwuma no. Me buy me use to announce be adu no me use man fa bi anka ho ayenye yi. Nti me pa ma chew. And how it was going to benefit himself, and we accepted the apology. In this case, President Mahama say, extend a contract via with a retiree. And as I say, what who say, extend the contract now. About 1 minute, why it here?
What are you talking about? Are you saying
these are two different things? Dachi, anything. Obiasha was a better item for Nabrewa no pay. Oba be do a laptop in Ukraine is a HP laptop. But has the person disappointed you?
Yes. How do I PHP laptop?
That has the person disappointed you. So, what we say? Or Kwakoto Toyota vet, Eddie Abrewa Maudi Uber. Oh, Mano, Obedu here, or the Land Cruiser Nabro. What disappointed one? Might the person say sorry to you? Might the person say sorry to you? Yes.
Can not to breo a bro dear nanka who expecting
yes
and no any budget.
So the same case here. That is what we that is the situation we are confronted with.
Oh, sorry.
That is the same condition we are confronted with. Say President I make a decision on Omo retire. Now he has revised and reviewed the decision in the best interest of this country. Mind you, when we are talking about the security of this country, we shouldn't be doing politics with it. And we shouldn't say, can I say no, what he said and what he has done, no matter how different they may look, if the end result favor this country and it's a benefit to the citizens of this country, we must all applaud the president for that. And that is why I employ you to say President Mahama has done well and not to criticize him.
Okay, that's it. It's important we do this. Yes. So I will just avert your mind to the Presidential Office Act, which is at 643 Presidential Office Act. It states in that particular act very clearly where presidential staffers stand their conditions of service. Onim just say well no NDC for taxes in there. Onim we taxes in where was an onim so or buy time ke onim say na wo ka ene na make ani nyina ye nokore. O ka say Kufuor apologize say na benefiting himself. Oh, yes. What is he talking about? That time no president no ministers now no they can no mo ko serving na busuafo na mo serve kan. It is all so automatically he was seeking the opportunity to appoint his friends into the ministry. That is all. And maybe say so is Yehunu the friend of the president?
Tell me, is Yehunu the president of the president?
Yes. You pay your principle.
No. In the case of the ministers, also from you need the relation they have with President.
So why do you don't have the you know the relation?
You know it. If you know it, tell me. I don't know it.
You have just don't forget say anyone who interest.
Oh, that's not true.
What are you saying?
When it comes to certain appointment, that benefits the country.
In every appointment,
you have real interest.
There is always an interest.
Yes, a personal interest.
The interest may be personal or.
This one is a patriotic interest.
President, you know.
This is a patriotic
Dampare na ne time aso for retirement.
No.
President ni interest can they know you Dampare review. If the interest no. Dampare yeah. President ne buy o yi ni free. And the president ni the choice. Any interest awo. And what they are comfortable you.
Oh, the second topic. I'm saying Pandai.
by elections because we are now runoff. I think say me I always say President John Dramani Mahama ne NDC ne omo person omo ye oman na no omo aye no because he say no oman no because of omo nya majority ewo parliament na Ghana for ato abama ne kesi nti no wa fa Ghana sebe se ye nkoa sebe ye nim nyansa nti ni ope bia no ye
na say the eka ne ansi o parliament we see o court
and na make kire o say court na idea bia omo criticize ye bia no omo free judges so omo ye unanimous FC no ne ye wo party headquarters na nya court ne de verdict ni free ba omo free court anu omo abeye press conference na omo free judges no so omo ye unanimous FC eno na nya court nti e den
baben okay say the time one am wa ben mo ne ye ka kire mo bibia ni a go to court ye ka kire mo say senia bodua anka nantwie tu no sa so na nka konfonse mo monya die moye die court ne ye including Kandapa court wo ka kire mo say die koso yi eno table na sesa mo say na busu
yensu ye idiot can go to court one de bae
I say don't get here
nti say o ka court asem de a ase edu nkatia ma ye ti ase say obi a udi ka court no nche so onim nyansa say kwase bia timi court nti say wa court no akonya verdict ye yanka we o complain ya you complaining ne dey ye complain ya
what you afeyo ma
say o ye specific say obi a ye di ruling na eba enya maye no na NDC for ati ruling no ba bi a ekọ
na say udi wa sem court na ye tie u cross examination ni wie bibia na wo the way u fa u written statement u written submissions ni ade you can predict the way assembly
no.
I am likely to win.
No. I know me pacho why a court why report from court to sir. You know the practice. Say ansania the verdict beba no. Even omo me anu omo jina lawyers no kura enim.
Me pacho in 2020 presidential election petition, was it not too clear to you the decision of the court? Even before the court made that decision, was it not clear?
Na ye nimsi yadi nkunim. No, there be na one the day asem court to obeka to wadi for. But asem no say ye try my verdict no buy. And say na ye kwa akokasa wo ho.
Yes, but now wouldn't say
ye bedi nkunim.
Case we there.
But we there
and provocation with the
one kwa akofre party for say ye ba be ye run off. Our constituency no abra Friday na ne yaba yede oh Charlie abra Friday and I judge ne dey no tete ba o wo mo ko abra mo keka mo ni yaba ba yaba ba elections
na me
na chese judge na bo NDC for am na say do eye dey ya case no mo reality mo ko start na mo ko prepare e ho na ye problem no na say
many constituency chairman of the NPP din come was it o say NDC for na start year campaign
yes I'm flyers baby na asem court na say yes Friday dey do ready to member na before Friday no ya mu say mo tally posters mo ye meeting see ya beto aba abra asem no cry for abede te maya e dey asem la obeka enti ye no problem asabia ye twa bia no e na no meka obi ka chem say we twa sa ye sesa sabia ye twa to obi ano ye nyina ye be follow me say amamuo no e ye follow ni ye koso say ye ba ye nsesa twe ni ye wo ho no be fa sa ni ye be to aso de akọ obi obeba bia to aso mfanko wo de YGP aba ye ba ye de ba ye wo be yi ni firo alamboa wo say dampare ye MPP ni because the mere fact say Nana-Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo appointed dampare no amana ye MPP ni wo say get ye mama toku no wo ye MPP ni the mere fact say Nana-Addo Dankwa appointed as chief justice no e mane be ye MPP ni e na wo ba ye wo so de NDC ni pabne pa ye wura bafo ni so abetena wo de chief justice
abafo ni NDC ni
na wonye NDC ni akebe appointed ni chief justice enti wo de fa de bra ye ni problem and also mo atie si easy and the Kromfo APTC elective APTC president say yenyi jena na ne mpani vo mfiri ho je mensa because on qualify no Kromfo ya interdicted no it be elected the combat president na president don try on the na for formula na wojina Kromfo we so party ya ma me je mensa ne Kromfo dia na president no nya dia wa boaye because obi ya Kromfo dia
obi a oyɛ kromfo ne ho nte so obetwe letter krasi eni obi mfiri ho nti on try yenim se petition no mo sesase ebi besa aba Jane deɛ ɛyɛ dan a se edu nkatia but all dey tie ene kra o dey enye easy asem ne yeka because ɛyade a mpanimfo no from Omanebo ama Samija mfi ye papa asi edu nkatia mosquito omu nyina aka se Jane Mensa yade a omba ombeyi na firi ho it's on record enti ene no omo twa petition keke no omo dey agina so ayi na firi ho yenim se ebeba enti yesere Mensa your friends Jane Mensa oni ni nua boss pasare eba omo reason no omo nya omo monument go fie enti sade a ombeyi omo edi omo sa omo hwe ka no omo easy Laje Bandai
what's it
is it not troubling for you say to say Makokot Akokache judge say about 41 polling stations. But we said there are a bit of discrepancies of 41 polling stations. And what you are seeking from the court, and say court no Emma won't rerunning this 41 polling station. Not a court no, but no, because said more rerunning the whole constituency. Is it not a bit alarming?
Dachin. Courts, first of all, we must recognize what court they went to. It is the High Court.
Yes.
And the jurisdiction of High Court under the 1992 Constitution, the High Court has jurisdiction in all matters,
yes,
both criminal and civil.
Yes.
And they even have inherent jurisdiction. It is will be the rate called High Court. As I say, was stating the prayers and the reliefs in the no assign the also say any other relief as may be deemed fit by the courts. But I want to ask you, it's a court in the aside who was them now see court in your money it's a court when aside for bia or how ye na be boa court to be dey ka ho amra ma ho kwan ye the 41 out of 152 police stations and ye dey the court ye kodu ye no ye nuam so be respond as respondents to the petition. They also brought some petitions and some pink sheets that had discrepancies and a judge ni kan ni nyina bo. So the narration that is only about the 41 police stations is not true. They brought more than 30 police stations in addition.
Okay.
And you can't in the album, and Uncle Quanchi from a boy and the Tudao, and you say, Sir, the year cano. And the evidence is even in the 30 more than 30 polling station patients now. Have become now, in view of that, court in the share say, okay, pink sheets near the coin. Votes near was no more than the outcome of it can change the entire election. Per law, the court must order for a rerun. Now, where dear, what's in Buffy Cafe? Cafe will run about your was a cafe about you also. Say, I'm your Monte, or say you go at the pin in and I knew no BTF any coffee. There be also a very coffee. There be also a very coffee. I don't know coffee buffet and coffee and they were me. Coffee run at time this ever me was debut about this. Then you will judge us one. There be a some Buffy Cafe. Cafe run about your cafe about you also. Oh, one hour see what election was in Annie. MP no. Also winning by decisive majority was
3,000 plus.
3,000 plus was in Annie. So one hour see what winning there. Since you out to parliament, there be a one for no diary. No tiadwa homas. Enemy ma wakwenya go and defend your victory. E ho de house usu.
Na wan is usu.
Minia. Papa no ma say ndra wa issue statement. Be say speaker declare the seat in vacant. I will so refer. Yes. It is the best decision. I employ him to do so. Why? Because so dia afenyo ke cha afenyo beku no. For the records, Odinachi afenyo ma ke beku no.
Obeku no.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Dachi, what follow elections in this country since 1992? Have you seen any election petition in this country? Our police were Bermuda. So mubida. Jena anu ada NSC okumi. Nipana ya kwa election ewie asem no court. Afenyo ma ke twene ko gina court. Ena speaker ka che asem wo abrantie ho ye so ani in na obetumi ni court anya ase. Afenyo ma ke se mo so ani in de ebeba bia asem ni ebeba bia obesoa. Ene owen owu wi ya se de neku no ya se pressure why na kofa ahwede ba afia ni ti wanse na ba why na kofa ahwede ba afia ene wanse na ba
No, so
if the man follows Afenyo Makin's decision, and you see Afenyo must be warned.
But the question is that
yes,
Afenyo is a lawyer.
Yes.
Upon looking at the case of the gentleman,
yes,
saying sworn in, and of a truth, he was vindicated at the court. The court ruled in his favor.
Yes.
So what is your problem?
So then Afenyo says, Afenyo ne call now piase. Ye didn't now. You know, call microphone say. Ye this phone didn't call court and who pressure the kuno. Na the police were tata. No the police were not tata. Court the obi akobi omu akufo adoko 2012 court kumi panko wuye. Na mo police were non asem na eba mu na Afenyo gina so ka asem. Na police for na eba mu no why na ma police for ba mu. Ano ye vindicating at the end. He said ko twen ya ma vindicating na. Aka wan ko any member of parliament ka police ba mu ana. Say no crazy police eba mu na be ku na. Why na the police ba mu? Enya Afenyo Makin.
O se we winning
elections na mo ata. Media ya fa no to nche. Afenyo Makin. Maybe you say obi to call court na ye nim judgment me dance pa when chief from so any is all correct no say they know it 2020 then upon kroma mo anya press conference anka before the judgment then on one can kroma and we know when you go to court and your case is so solid you have presented your case na your opponent never know what you have about break court you know say this case I'm likely to win or lose
but I know your fact
that na who assassin who the assassin say mo court na why do say nipa only need assassin no ma why court when nyina che we do for onko pe osika odi besi
we different mo ye campaign
we different meaning Afenyo Makin ye can say me Afenyo Makin is the only man on this earth. He's the only man on this earth. By reason of being the majority leader of parliament, he assumed to be more important than the laws of this country. He filed an application at the Supreme Court on Friday. Our court international. Supreme Court in Juma Friday. Afenyo Makin file application.
Supreme Court on Saturday.
Please. I didn't say Saturday. I said Friday.
Now Friday court to Juma Friday.
Let me talk.
What are you saying?
I'm building my point. Why don't you listen to me?
No, I'm only
Supreme
saying
Court and the registry. Now go say for the month of for
there are exceptional cases.
Let me talk here.
There are exceptional
for the entire
Supreme Court to Friday.
For the entire December, registry anonymous cases.
Is it the first time? You don't
I'm
know.
telling you. That's it. Afenyo Makin ko file an application for Supreme Court 2 p.m. Judge biya amajuma sa no because case biya ni wo in 30 minutes na yatumia constitute 5 member panel am mo atena say sa judges no mo badu kro mo judgment dada no mo be dia 7 judgment na about on that same day were we not in this country were we not in this country didn't you see it Why we not in this country? Why we not in this country when that incident happened? Obi filing my money judgment on the majority side.
Stop lying.
When they come majority side, no come minority side. Didn't you file it and got the judgment the same day?
The judges are transferred.
Oh, the judges are on the matter that same day. And the ruling was ready.
The ruling was on the matter.
Pandai judge Antinaso. That's settle this. Say open amamuo omo ba ya no munim court ruling. Omo court no munim fine beji omo. Wuntumi mo. Omo court no munim fine beji. Omo komodi amafo call UTV studio ko share omo amna mu ye adwuma wo no. The next day when they were going to court, they knew the judgment already. It got to a time pregnant woman was sitting on the case. Omo to the judgment in favor in the court. They changed them out of court. Why we not in this country?
But I said
national security
05945975993
because they say no unanimous
05945975993 and I said 05944757748 now afi wososo otume extra agene Anche biana fe yedi 05945975993 05945975993 and that's a 05944757748 so now also extra wadwene Ben 30 seconds will last words now for infancy
Mr. Omaina ye chechere no ye chechere omaino de eje nchirima nti ade bia ye beye bia no esese ye careful kakra enye nne ya na ese ye pe ye hunya ye nwene daache ho Bible kra say unya ho bebire a awiye ye na den na wo benya film
nti sɛ yɛ take decisions bi a yɛnwene enkyirima ho yɛnwene ne yɛbɛtumi aboa ɔman ne daakye na mprempre yi deɛ yɛyɛ ne MPP NDC na yɛde benefit yɛyɛ ankasa yɛ ho a daakye ne nkyirima na ɛbɛba no yɛbɛdi wɔn aboro nti nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ a yɛyɛ a yɛnyɛ careful na yɛnsere yɛwura president sɛ yɛsere na amamuo na wɔbu no nneɛma bi wɔ hɔnom a wɔka ɔmfa nyɛ adwuma ɛnyɛ so ɔno ankasa bɛte ntasu ato fam na wasafa yɛkɔ ne akɔka ho asɛm a instead of you to come and apologize no who defend the indefensible any kwa sɛ kɔ so no who try so be defend ɛyɛ sa yɛmfa amanyɔfoɔ ne serious enim sɛ da bia no ɛnya de amanyɔfoɔ ka no korɛ ɛyɛ sɛ mmoa ma ɔman ne nkɔ n'anim
Dache, I'm saying we need trust in Mupana quotation. Okay, I say take a decision. I made that you. I just can have them like also preach. Come on for the one we on my sikano. I know Mujina call so preachy yanka. Me sure say ke boy my. Dache, the year can you say. No matter what your position is in this country, and found when you be nyami be sure could do be so what can say. Na se anaso si gina na se wo se gina na ebe bo man no na ebe bo anchirima na se anchirima be bo abaso ho na se ye nyina live to benefit from it and cause you are too arrogant to change it. Don't be too arrogant to change your plans that will benefit this country. It's the man paying John the money Mahamasi.